Yes, sir. You just found it. In course with you. Let's chat. Welcome to the Intercourse Show. I am your host, Mr. B. Today we have a very exciting show for you. We are discussing trending topics. With this segment of the show, there's various current events that's happening that's kind of making the rounds and going viral. One of the subjects of the discussion has been Travis Hunter. Travis Hunter is the latest Heisman Award winning trophy. He's been touted as the best college football player in the country, and he is slated to get a rather big contract going into the NFL draft, right? So he's drafted. Possibly they might draft him possibly between the first, second, and third round. Definitely first round, but first, second, and third pick. So that's a relatively high pick, which means that's going to come with a bag. Unfortunately, Travis has been in the news for other reasons. He's in the news because he has a young lady that he's dating. Her past is a little checkered. She was a former stripper and just kind of got a little bit of a history. But there was some footage some weeks ago at a game that Travis was having, probably the best game he had in college football. He went to hug her at the end of the game, and in the process of hugging her at the end of the game, she was kind of throwing him shade. She was somewhat jealous because he apparently was talking to some cheerleaders and people who was kind of congratulating him on the game that he was having. Apparently that violated the rules of their relationship, which meant that he's not supposed to talk to any other females without her presence and all this other stuff. And the fact that that came into the discussion has created this onslaught of internet trolls and people who are weighing in on his relationship. There's two sides to that story. Some people say you should leave Travis alone, let him and his girl do his thing and live his life. Others, including celebrities like Bow Wow, tells him to run for the hills because she's a gold digger who's trying to, essentially run a lick on him, essentially take him for all he's got. She simply sees him as her mark, if you will, right? So that's creating a lot of discussion around, some of these young athletes coming into the league and the women who see them as a mark. And that's sort of where we are led. With that said, we're going to go straight into the discussion. Of course, I had to bring the panel with me. So I got my man Isaiah in the building. We're going to weigh in on this conversation. So without any further ado, let's get right into it.
2021, Travis Hunter was a 5-star athlete coming out of high school, and he had a lot of decisions to make as far as his next step in his collegiate journey. Around that same time, Deion Sanders was in the second year of his head coaching position at Jackson State University, and he had a real tough decision to make. He had already committed to Florida State, which is the school that Deion Sanders went to, and Deion Sanders had a position open for him at Jackson State. And he was the #1 recruit in the country. And it shocked the world when we found out this.
Florida State always been on my mind. But check me out, Mom. Throw me that hat.
The whole world was shook. No #1 recruit had ever decided to go to an HBCU over the Power 5 conferences. And then we found this out on the Pivot podcast.
It's your choice to make, and I finalized and made that decision with at the time, my girl. She was still there. She still is here. So people don't know I had that conversation with her first before I went to my family and had that conversation.
Now, this is interesting, guys. Before consulting his mother about his decision, he talked to his girlfriend. That's interesting. But think about this. The girlfriend said, hey, you should do it. Give her a round of applause. If Travis Hunter's girlfriend wanted him to go to Florida State, he wouldn't be winning the Heisman right now. But it's just weird that Travis Hunter consulted his girlfriend before consulting his own mother and making the decision, which also happened on his Heisman Trophy speech night. I believe that Travis Hunter thanked his girlfriend before thanking his own mother. For a lot of black people, that was strike number one, to thank your girlfriend before thanking your own mom. But let's continue. Now, going to Jackson State, Travis Hunter wasn't getting a lot of NIL money. He had to really tough it out and prove himself. And so when Deion got the job at Colorado, he decided to go there. But Travis Hunter was still broke.
We had enough money for the deposit, but not enough money for the furniture. When we first moved to Colorado, we had no furniture, no anything. We moved here in January, so it was really, really cold. It was snowing. Nothing in our house worked either, so we were freezing. It was like 40 degrees in the house. We're sleeping on a blow-up mattress, one singular blanket. We were so cold. I was in a ball in his arms. He was trying to be in a ball like right underneath me, and we were begging each other like, please go downstairs and change the AC, like please go turn the heater on. We were so cold we couldn't even like get up, and we just froze the entire night. The next morning we laughed for like an hour about it because it was hilarious.
Yeah, because also it's our first house to be a part. That was one of those ones.
That was my favorite memory.
But that year he balled out, and I believe Travis Hunter became a millionaire that year. He made a lot of money on YouTube, made a lot of money on TikTok, made a lot of money on NIL deals, and everything else was crazy. He even bought his mom a new house last year and even posted about it on his YouTube channel. Then the Pivot podcast came by, I believe, 2 months ago or a month ago, and they talked about, how he helps people.
I mean, I try not to focus on other people, focus on myself first. If my little brother asks me for something, I go get it for him. That's pretty much my main focus right now, to help my siblings. So I just continue to go as far as I can so they can see and follow my footsteps where they don't have to ask me for anything.
Now, there he mentions his little brother, Travis Hunter, who's also a great recruit in himself. And Travis Hunter acknowledges his brother. Don't get me wrong, Travis Hunter was able to ink his brother a part of the Adidas deal that he signed himself.
You a man? You a man? Nah, man. Welcome to Adidas family, dog. You're part with me, bro. I had to get you in on the deal, dog.
But he caught a lot of criticism when he said this about his brother.
Like, nah, everybody get to see my little brother. They asking me why I'm not posting him or nothing, because ain't nobody post me when I was younger. So he gonna get it just like I got it. I'm just gonna, when that time comes, I'm gonna help him figure out where he wanna go.
What?
So Travis Hunter, who has a huge social media, profile and everything like that, he refuses to post his brother's clips of him in football, how he's doing and all of that, because he says nobody was there to help him do anything, which is crazy. But remember, Leanna Lene's brother is allegedly somebody like his best friend.
Me personally, my best friend, years in the game, 15, 16 years. I'm not just going around calling my best friend willy-nilly, which speaks to the psyche of Travis Hunter, which we're going to get into a little bit later. But the fact that he said out of his own mouth, I'm not going to help my little brother. Nobody helped me. Nobody gave me this buzz. I got it on my own. And it wouldn't be right if my brother got a boost from me. Now, I'm paraphrasing, but I know he said something like this. So again, you look at the fact that he's boosting up her brother is kind of insane. The fact that he's living and he's so comfortable with just being around them, it's insane.
Shout out to Failed Athlete YouTube channel. He talked about this in particular. You see, on one hand, Travis Hunter doesn't want to help his brother and post his clips on his social media to help him get more recruits because, nobody helped him. And I understand that. But then you're helping somebody like Leanna Lene. You're moving her in. You're giving her a good life. She disrespects you. She cheats on you. She does everything that she can to make you look like you're silly. And then her brother, Jaden, who you're best friends with now, and you moved him to Colorado simply because he's the one that told her about you. And the Failed Athlete makes up a good point. Like, you just met these people, bro. Like, what are you talking about? What do you mean? How can you say this is your best friend, but you make a comment about your brother like that, but you're putting this other guy on, on podcast? This guy has done nothing but set you up with his sister, and all of a sudden he's your best friend, and you got to move him to Colorado. He lives with you. You might be even taking care of this guy. And again, don't get me wrong. Travis Hunter has done a lot for his family, even his own brother. But to make that statement while you're helping somebody who's not your family and you're helping somebody who you have evidence that's basically cheating on you and making you look bad in front of the whole world, your draft stock may fall because of that is insane. It doesn't make any sense. But hey, when you're in love and you're a simp, what can anybody tell you? So guys, what do you think? It's your boy O'Shea Duke Jackson back at it again with another episode of The Celebrity Junk. Thank you for all of you. Do subscribe to the bell. We're out.
Okay, that was O'Shea Duke Jackson's take on the Travis Hunter situation. Now, this is a quick update in terms of what's going on with the Travis Hunter saga. Your initial thoughts before we get into those who say he should stay with her and other people should mind their business, and those who say he should run for the hills because she's out here trying to get him for his money. Do you have any initial thoughts? You want to continue hearing both sides?
I don't know, bro. He caught out there real quick, like just off the little information. Like I'm playing catch up on this, but yeah, you get a little piece of change and you got your little first, boo thing real quick. She gonna ride the coattails, but they hear that it was introduced by the brother. Kind of sound like it was an automatic setup. Like, yo, you knew who the brother knew who he was, or whatever. So it's like, all right, sis, let's run this play real quick. You know what I'm saying? To come up. I don't know, man. We all been young and dumb a little bit, so everybody got to go ahead and walk out their own journey. But I don't know. For me, too early to tell because I'm just playing catch up on this. So, but this initial is wild for the night so far.
Okay. So now it gets deeper. It gets much deeper, right? So one of the guys you just saw in that clip, the failed athlete, he actually dug into it. He's got a theory as to what he thinks is going on. He's saying a lot of people think it's one thing versus the other thing. Now, we're going to get into that as the third segment in this clip. But first, we're going to go to those people who, like Charleston White, who feels like everybody should mind their business. It's his life to live, and that people shouldn't be weighing in on this man's life or his relationship because they're out of line for doing so. So let's jump into that.
Man, listen. I've been getting a lot of people been hitting me up, asking me what I think about Travis Hunter and his girlfriend. And I'm just gonna say this. Man, leave that on by this bitch. Then can't nobody come tell me nothing about my bitch. Can't nobody speak on me and my hoe. That's that little hoe. Whatever she was doing, he a perfect kind of gentleman. He know what kind of bitch he got to drive her to the party and stay in the car and let her party. She letting her get her roll out. Like that little pretty doing what she doing on that athlete dick. Nigga, y'all believe that on by this bitch. And he a smart young man. Man, get a prenup. Man, you can't tell me what to do with who and with and what I love. Man, stay out your people business. And anytime dick and pussy is involved, you shouldn't have nothing to say. They each other. You ain't now one of them. So mind y'all business. Leave that alone. All you speaking on it really is some mark ass, some lame ass, and some nosy, messy asshole getting in somebody else's business. Everybody done somebody who done cheated on them. Stay out them little folk business, man. Mind y'all business. And to all you punk that's releasing the video of the hoe cause you sneaking, leaking, you a player, hater. Hey, young, you a live player. I wouldn't give what my hoe doing if my hoe satisfy me and make me feel how I feel. You and what you thinking about too. So I'm just gonna say this. All y'all got something to say about Travis Hunter getting your ass with handcuffs on and super glue on your lips, like Bernie Mac would say. Mind your business.
Okay. That's your man's thoughts on it. What's your thoughts?
What's understood don't need to be said.
Okay.
What's understood don't need to be said. He absolutely right on that. If I ain't interacting with this person, it really is none of my business. It's just now me making a situation that could or couldn't be anything. But at the end of the day, you know what I'm saying? I'm not subjected to it. Although you want to go ahead and give wisdom, you know what I'm saying? And people that have been inside of the situation before can see the signs. Oh, listen, man, that's that young man life to live real quick. You like it, I love it. You know what I'm saying? So it ain't messing up your money today.
Okay.
And whatever you do in your own home, not my pig, not my farm. So
okay, so let's jump to the other side of the story. 1 second. Now, we just heard Charleston White weigh in. He's a celebrity person, influencer, who weighed in on it and supported Travis continuing his relationship and not paying attention to anybody who says anything about their relationship. Now we have Little Bow Wow on the one hand, and he weighs in. So Little Bow Wow comes in and he says, hey, I've been in this position before. I've been rich and I have a different point of view. So let's hear what he's got to say.
The signs, man. That woman said you wasn't even her type. You gotta watch the signs, man. That woman said you wasn't even her type. If a woman tell me she not my type but end up with me, then what's keeping you here? Travi. Check this out, gang. It's coming from your boy Bow Weezy, right? I never met you, don't know you, know nothing. But I will say this, because I've been watching from afar. I'm not the type of jumping people business, but I was once young, about to make a lot of money, and I know how this shit go. So I need you to hear me out. Number one, I don't want you feeling as though everybody jumping down your back or cats is hating. That's that young mentality. I want you to look at this like I care about you. And especially in our community and in this industry, not a lot of brothers get the opportunity like you about to get. You know what I mean? You about to get the biggest check in your life. You about to go to the NFL. And all we are doing is waking you up, young brother. Because if you don't see what is going on, gang, if we didn't get up, we'll let you crash out. But from one player to the next, I ain't gonna tell you what to do, but I want you to open up your eyes, man. There's no reason why she commenting on another page, NBA with heart eyes and the money tongue out. That's your fiance. Wake up, young brother. Fiancés don't move like that. I ain't never had one of my girls ever lay next to me in the same crib as me under another page, leaving heart eyes with the money tongue out. Total violation. That bitch would have been packing up her shit and get out my crib that day. I don't play that shit. You out. And it's like you so caught up in being in love with this, bro. I don't even think this woman really loved you like that, bro. You gotta watch the signs, man. That woman said you wasn't even her type. If a woman tell me she not my type but end up with me, then what's keeping you here? What's keeping you here then? If I'm not your type, that means you going off looks. So what's keeping you here? You gotta ask, but you young though. But you gotta ask yourself some questions. We not coming down on you, brother. We trying to wake you up. You know what I'm saying? Before they end up. Last but not least, young brother, I want you to live your life, man. You young, man. I don't even think you're 24 yet. Do you know how much women are about to be thrown your way? Boy, you the Heisman Trophy Award winner. Can't no give you no advice better than me because I was young with the bag and I'm still here doing and navigating through this whole shit. And I'm telling you from firsthand experience, brother, it's about to be so many women about to throw that thing your way, you ain't gonna be able to turn it down. So all it's gonna do is just lead to frustration and all type of bullshit in your household anyway. Young brother, snatch that ring back, get focused on what's important. It's hard to build your shit when you got a broad with you that's, bro, you in the media more for the broad than you is for the winning the Heisman. I don't like that. You know what I mean? So I don't give a look. Coach Prime got my number. You know how to hit me. I'm telling you, I ain't coming down on you. I ain't trying to hate on your situation. But my wake up.
Okay.
Speaking of women,
so a lot of people are weighing in. What say you? Okay, so we got 2 points of views, and we got we got Rennick joining the conversation. We got 2 points of views. We got on the one hand, Travis Hunter being the Heisman Award-winning champion, best college football player in the world, about to come out and get a big bag as he gets drafted into the NFL. He's dating a young lady who's a stripper, former stripper, and who wasn't originally into him, but after her brother told her this guy's going to be the next big thing, all of a sudden she reconsidered him, but she had friend zoned him before. He now moves in with her. They're in a relationship, and she's been online kind of playing him a little bit, making him seem like he's a little bit of a simp. You know, he's got rules. He can't touch a girl. He can't look at a girl. He can't talk to a girl without her being present and all these different things. She wants to be able to go through his phone. But so she's got his passcodes, but he don't have hers. Meanwhile, you know what I'm saying? She's coordinating how quickly they get married, even though there's some footage of Shador and other teammates telling them, like, slow down the getting married thing. She's already planned it, got the wedding booked for sometime coming up in a few months in somewhere in Tennessee. Now, celebrities are weighing in. You know, you got Charleston White who says, yo, it's that man's life. Let him live his life. If his girl's a little crazy, a little fast, that's his prerogative. He's cool with it. That's what he likes. People shouldn't weigh in. And you got other celebrities like Bow Wow, who's been a young celebrity, who's gotten a bag, who says, no, your girlfriend should not be heart-eyeing Anthony Edwards, another basketball player, professional basketball player, as if he can get it. Your girl should not be this mixy, you know what I'm saying, if she's really into you. So run for the hills. And you have a number of different people weighing in saying it's not a move, it's not a vibe. You should get out. Don't rush to marriage. Play it out. Don't get yourself caught up. The question is, what say you? All right. Rennick, would you like to weigh in? Okay. Go ahead, Isaiah. Having heard, Rennick is still getting his mic sorted. Isaiah, having heard that point of view, what is your take with what Bow Wow had to say?
I mean, it's definitely coming from a subjective place, going through it and experiencing similar situations, right? I still feel like at the end of the day, not my pig, not my farm. Like there's some advice that needs to be delivered behind closed doors, right? Especially if you have that relationship and that rapport with that brother. You know what I'm saying? Being a part of that inner circle. Anything else is speculatory and so forth. And even still, that young man is still going to do what he desires to do, irrespective of the signs, the guidance, the wisdom being delivered. So I just say everybody stay out of it. Let that man live his life and let the lessons come as they may. Although we don't want to see the brother's downfall or him being jammed up or it, you know what I'm saying, sacrificing or impeding any opportunities he may be having come his way or trying to prevent any trials and tribulations. At the end of the day, man, that's a part of the path. All of us had to go. And if he needs to bump his head in the situation, regardless of what it appears on the outside, that's his choice and his choice alone to do. So let that man rock. Just on this side, ain't nobody heart eyeing a goddamn thing on the nobody photo. That's all I'm saying.
I haven't shared my point of view yet, but it's still looking hella crazy. Okay, Ren, you ready to weigh in, or should I play the next clip before you weigh in? All right, we're going to play the next clip. Let's hear what Dr. Umar had to say about the situation. He weighs in, and he says the following.
Yeah, that's crazy, man. I had no idea he did that, man. But you heard about Travis Hunter and his fiance?
Yes, I have. And I saw that comedian Godfrey had responded to the news that Travis Hunter was engaged and that it had been purported that his fiance had stated that he originally was not her type, but that he had, and I'm paraphrasing here, he had since that time won her over. And with them being engaged, it appears that marriage will be coming at some point in the future, and there didn't seem to be any conversation surrounding a prenuptial agreement. There had been rumors that Coach Prime, Deion Sanders, had tried to communicate with Travis Hunter that you might just want to slow down a little bit. Not to say that she's not a nice lady, not to say she's not the one, but you're moving kind of fast. I mean, I'm saying now, to be the number one football player in the country or number two, depending on how you rank him and Shedeur Sanders. And by the way, both of them are my two favorite college football players, and will probably be my two favorite NFL players if they don't start bunny hopping. But anyhow, you have not played an NFL game. You have not even been through the NFL draft. You have no idea of the type of women you're going to meet whenever you get to whatever team that you're going to play for. He's still a child. You've only been in Boulder, Colorado, and you've been in Jackson, Mississippi. Why not give yourself some time to explore life before you just jump the hoop with this woman? And I'm not going to say nothing against the young lady. She might be a nice young lady. Obviously, I have issues with it because I believe black men should be married to black women. And this looks like it's going to be another tragic tale of another multi-million-dollar black athlete who sooner or later is going to get divorced, and his non-black wife is going to run off with all of his career earnings, as we've seen with so many other athletes and continue to see on a regular basis. So I'm not for it at all. But again, I'm not besmirching her character. I'm sure she's a fine young lady. But for him to be engaged already, and for him to be about to get married, and he doesn't even have a prenuptial agreement, are you out of your mind, Travis Hunter? No disrespect to the young brother. I'm a fan. But bruh, slow this down. Put the marriage on ice. I need him to put that marriage on ice for about 2 or 3 years and don't have any children out of wedlock while that marriage is on ice. My fear, Art, is he's going to run into the queen of his dreams, and it's going to be too late. It's going to be too late. So I just think the brother moving too fast. So many of our black athletes, they run into these non-black women in college, and they just think that that's what their life is all about. She's the best thing since sliced bread, not to demean any woman of any culture, but we should be with our own women. And one thing I appreciate about Deion Sanders, although I'm still not happy with the move he made to Colorado, making all that money for a predominantly white college that does nothing for black people. But nonetheless, one thing I do respect about Coach Prime, you don't see his sons doing that. You don't see Shedeur and the other brother, the cornerback or the safety, the other Sanders. What's his name? Shiloh Sanders. Shout out to Shiloh. Forgive me for forgetting your name there, young prince. But you don't see Shedeur and Shiloh being all booed up with no girl in college. You notice that? You always see them by themselves. You don't see them. I've never seen any photo of either one of them, Shedeur or Shiloh, booed up with any girl, black or white, in college because they father not having it. Deion Sanders knows how this goes. He knows how women will try to hitch their cart to your wagon. He knows how this goes. And I think he had to sit down with Shiloh and Shedeur and said, listen, y'all can have all the fun y'all want. You better be protecting yourself, and you better not be getting booed up with no woman. You built this. We built this. If you're going to choose a woman, you're going to choose her with this head, not the other one. And so I appreciate Deion Sanders for not allowing his sons to fall into the same trap that it appears Travis Hunter has fallen into. It's such a shame, so unfortunate to be that great and to still be a victim of the snow bunny crisis. It's just ridiculous. Now, some people are saying she's mixed race. Some people are saying she got a black mom, black dad, but that doesn't mean anything to me because, as you know, although I consider mixed race Africans to be black, as long as they identify full time, I have seen no evidence that Travis Hunter's girlfriend has ever identified as a black woman, ever. So even if she's biologically African and has a black parent, for me and most Pan-Africanists, you have to not only be biologically black, you have to be psychologically black. And I haven't seen any proof at all that Travis Hunter's girlfriend identifies as a black woman. But again, No disrespect to her. This is no hate to her. All we saying is we want to keep Black money in the Black community, and we want to keep Black celebrities with our own Black women. It's just a self-love thing. It has nothing to do with hate. And I just hope the brother wakes up and realizes what's going on before she takes half of what he's about to earn.
Yeah, I mean, the fact that she came out and said that she didn't find him attractive, I mean, that's very telling, man.
Yeah, that's what I was saying earlier when she said that when she said that Travis Hunter wasn't really her type. So to your point, Art, what you just said, she said she wasn't really attracted to him at first. What is that telling you? Is that not the writing on the wall? The woman went so far as to tell people she was not attracted to you. So why is she with you? The same reason everybody else's white wife is with them, for money and status. For money and status. And for him to hear her say that and stay with her, I'm very disappointed. But again, I got faith in a young brother. I like him. He's good-spirited, good energy. Doesn't seem like he got a whole lot of political education, but a lot of our Black athletes don't, right? They've been surrounded by white folks their whole life, and Black people who ain't thinking about teaching them about who they are, only trying to maximize their profit for the power structure in the sports entertainment industry. I just hope somebody wakes Travis Hunter up. I'm tired of seeing this play out over and over again. He is too young to be settling down with a girl he just dated in college, who, as you said, claimed that she was never her type in the first place. Maybe he need to talk to Jamie Foxx, because when I looked at Jamie Foxx's special that he just had on Netflix, he kind of alluded to the fact that he was kind of done with the Snow Bunny crisis. Now, of course, Jamie Foxx was joking, because somebody sent me a replay of the clip on Netflix where Jamie Foxx said, no white girls in public, or no snow bunnies in public, or whatever the case. So he ain't done dating outside the race. But it does sound like he's thinking about it. And it does, for Jamie Foxx to say that, Art, I think it does kind of signify that he's starting to realize he's going to need a Black woman beside him for the second half of his life. And even though he was joking, there's always a little bit of truth in the joke. And I think everything Jamie Foxx went through with this stroke that he had, and how he could have lost his life, and his daughter, really helped save him with the blessing of the Most High. I think Jamie Foxx is thinking a little differently now, Art. And I think Jamie Foxx is beginning to appreciate the value and the importance of having a Black woman in his life. I would be surprised if Jamie Foxx retires without having a Black woman next to him. Maybe Travis Hunter needs to go have a sit down with Jamie Foxx, and maybe Jamie Foxx can go a little bit more in depth with Travis Hunter about why he made the comment he made that he's done with the white girls in public.
Who is that?
Okay. Thoughts on that? Isaiah? You've heard Dr. Umar make a major point there.
There's a Snow Bunny crisis. Hey,
Snow Bunny crisis. What's happening?
Listen, man. I'm not looking at it from the perspective of race. I'm just looking at it from the perspective of intent. You know what I'm saying? And that matters tremendously. And this is my first time hearing it. So just to hear the aspect of allegedly, I don't know if this was verbatim or anything along those lines. I'm only going to say allegedly, that she wasn't initially interested in him, that he wasn't her type. That's no bueno. But again, you live and you learn. It sucks, if that is indeed the case. At the same token, every man got his own journey that he got to run. It still doesn't change my positionality on it. Like,
bruh,
life is the greatest teacher.
I really don't know how you can hear half the stuff you've heard so far and not start to question him rushing into it. Initially your position was, it's really not my battle. It's his life to live. So I'm not really that pressed. And to be honest, I'm not either. You know what I mean? Like, it is his life to live. But I do think that people have seen this movie before. You know what I'm saying? Like, people have seen the young man who's naive, a little green behind the ears, not really experienced in the areas of women.
Of course.
And they're telling them, dude, pump the brakes. Like, that's your girl. You already taking care of her. Everything's already good. You already given her a life she would have never had without you. You know what I'm saying? Allow yourself some time. And if you are going to move forward and get married to her, make sure you're doing it for the right reasons. And at the very least, get a prenup. Now, people said she's planning on marrying him in Tennessee, which is a place where they can overturn prenups. She's not from Tennessee. He's not from Tennessee. He's from Florida. She's not from, I think she's originally from Atlanta or something like that. She was a stripper in Atlanta. So they're not marrying in any of those areas. Homegirl picked a place that she knew the laws were favorable to overturning prenuptial agreements should this dude decide to do it.
Is that known information?
Yeah, that's somebody did a show where they reported that. They were like, yo, she's picking a place like Tennessee, you know what I'm saying? Which is like, you know, they can overturn, it's easy to overturn prenuptial agreements there. And then Shador was like, hey, you could just do it at the house. You could do it in Colorado. You could do it in Texas. And he's like, nah, she already made the plans. So I want to play that clip where you seen his teammates is like, do you really gotta rush it though? You know what I'm saying? His own teammates is telling him that, like, yo, you really gotta rush this and get married right away. You can't do it at the house. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I mean, we all been young and dumb before, bro. Like, I got to maintain it because it's not like I haven't had OGs and people that cared in my ear and I still made foolish decisions. You know what I'm saying? That's just the rite of passage of life. Some decisions you get a slap on the wrist, the others 50% of your shit is gone.
I low key feel like you jonesing, Isaiah.
I'm not jonesing. I'm dead ass. I'm like, yo, I got my own drama and fuckery with the same thing we talking about.
It ain't even really about that. I'm just simply saying, if I had to ask your opinion, meaning like if Travis Hunter was your little brother and he came home, this dude about to get a big check. He's the Heisman Award winning player, college football player of the year. This dude about to go into the draft, and Shorty, who's not really into him, you see it for exactly what it is pressuring him to go get married real quick.
So
you gonna be like, it's not my, go ahead, bro. With no precaution, no prenup, nothing. You just gonna tell him, go.
Nah, I would change one thing. Ain't no nigga coming from the outside being my brother's best friend. I'm his best friend. That's that. Ain't nobody gonna be. That's the only thing that I'm like, nah, yo, we fighting on that, bro. What you mean? You got your girl brother around, but you not. That's the only thing I disagree with. Like, nah,
I'm gonna play
we
one
gotta
more
fight.
clip, and then we're gonna get into the heart of the meat and potatoes of this, because there's a guy called the Failed Athlete. He was actually cited in one of the earlier videos. He's got an overall theory as to who's masterminding the whole thing. He don't even think the sister is the one who's the brains behind the operation.
Nah, it's the little bro. It's the bro. That's his best friend.
Yo, you picked up on it, bro. You picked up on it. And watch this.
Because I would run. If I had a sister, I would run the same game. Yo, we rich.
Bro. He's running the play. He's your man over here quarterbacking it like, yo, this is what we doing.
I'm gonna line it up. We all gonna get paid. Put me in position. That's some regular hood stuff. It's like, all right, now as a brother, like, nah, I'm fighting for my spot. Like, that's just me. You ain't kicking me out of the whip. If anybody going, we going. We rich. Josh Smith boys.
You running the play. Now, I'm gonna play this clip, and y'all gonna tell me what you think about this. Now, this is essentially another summary where he apparently tried to warn him. So let me pull it up.
To drink, he doesn't drink. And I'm Hispanic, so I have tequila like in my veins. So I drink. Like I don't drink a lot, but I drink, and I used to party and stuff. And he would literally drive me, sit outside for hours while I'm inside like partying, and then take us home. Like he never tried to be like, oh, just because I drink, you can't drink, or you can't hang out with your friends, or you can't, you know.
Mic check, mic check. So on today's video, we got to talk about Shedeur Sanders, Travis Hunter teammate, Travis Hunter best friend, almost like a brother to him. Shedeur Sanders checked Travis Hunter about his fiance. Now you got to listen to the audio clip very thoroughly, guys. You got to pay attention to what Shedeur Sanders is really saying. Remember, Shedeur Sanders even questioned why Travis Hunter's fiance wanted to get married in Tennessee.
Are you excited about the wedding?
Yes, bro. Well, I'm just ready to go eat, dance, do my thing. That's it.
When
hang
you
out
get
with
married?
the guys, hang out with the family. May 24th next year, bro.
Oh, you already got a date?
Yes, bro. Right after a rookie minicamp. Yeah.
Dang.
Bro, yes, we got a date.
Where's it gonna be at?
Chattanooga, Tennessee.
So why'd you pick Chattanooga, Tennessee out of everything?
A good venue, bro. She want to have a good venue. Enough for everybody to.
Why don't you just have it at that house?
Oh boy, that would have been tough too, though.
It's not too late.
That would have been too. Nah, it's definitely too late. She already paid for everything. It's over with.
We did a full video covering more of that. I'll have the link to that video down below if you guys want to go check that out after today's video. So let's listen to this audio clip that I have of Shedeur Sanders checking Travis Hunter about his fiance and how she controls everything. Let's get into this clip, and then I'll be right back with some more commentary. So hit that like button if you haven't for me already. That really does help support my YouTube channel. You guys have been showing a lot of love on these Travis Hunter's videos, so I'll continue pumping them out, guys. Let's check out this clip right here.
If I could go on any vacation around the world, where would it be?
I don't know. It's wherever your girl tell you, for real.
No, it's not, boy. I got one. I got one.
Nah, bro. I've been telling you let's go on vacation, bro. We could, you know what I mean? We could all go on a trip, bro. But you always want to be secretive, bro.
No, I don't, bro. I do want to go.
You do. You never tell me when y'all going, so I can
bro,
plan.
Because I don't go
ahead.
nowhere for real, bro. I don't go nowhere you haven't been for real.
It don't matter. We could do.
You don't want.
we could do.
You don't want to go to
cool things
Mexico.
together.
You've been to Mexico probably.
I'll go again.
That's what I'm saying. Like we gotta do something new, bro. I only go to
Well,
Puerto Rico and Mexico, bro.
I don't know. In the off season, before you get back training, I'm just trying to take a trip with y'all, bro.
You got a girl?
Huh?
Huh?
Come on, bro.
Set him up.
Come
And he
on,
answered
bro.
that perfectly. He thought, huh? That would answer that perfectly, bro.
You got a girl?
No, I got one. I ain't got a girl, though.
I
got
thought you had a wife.
I got a wife.
Hey, you know what was funny? You never seen a player like me. I like it, bro. Hey,
bro, they
when
about
I
to get
seen
mad
that,
at
I'm
me,
like,
bro.
okay, Trav finally getting in his bag for real.
Yeah, bro. They be trying me, bro. That's why I don't be talking, but like, bro, they trying me too much this year, bro.
We see more clips coming out about Travis Hunter's girlfriend. So the fact that she even said that in this clip, that she made Travis Hunter wait outside for hours while she go party, it just goes to just fact check what Shedeur Sanders is saying about Travis Hunter.
He doesn't drink. And I'm Hispanic, so I have tequila like in my veins. So I drink. I don't drink a lot, but I drink. And I used to party and stuff. And he would literally drive me, sit outside for hours while I'm inside like partying, and then take us home. Like he never tried to be like, oh, just because I drink, you can't drink, or you can't hang out with your friends, or you can't.
Just so y'all know. So Travis, when he first ever DM'd me, when we first met, I said I left him in my DM for 2 months, and people said, oh, she left him in his DM until she figured out who he was. That is not true at all. The real reason Travis sat in my DM for 2 months is because he DM'd me when he had a girlfriend, and her name was in his bio. So I instantly knew he had a partner. So I exited the message, and he sat there until he was single. I don't do home wrecking. I'm not a side piece. I don't stand for any of those things. I support women. So I would never do that to another woman because I would never want it done to me. So I ignored him until he was single. That's the real reason he sat in my DM. Then the second thing, when I said he wasn't my type, I did not mean attractiveness. I don't have a physical type, period. No two men that I previously dated looked the same. My first one was a white cowboy. Second one was a Mexican soccer player. Then I dated a black man who's a SoundCloud rapper. And then Travis. So I have never dated the same type physically. I don't care about what people look like or what they can give me. I date people for who they are as a person, how they honor God, and how they treat the people around them. And Travis is all the above. So when I said he wasn't my type, I meant because he was younger than me. I had never dated no one younger than me. And he had cheated on his girlfriend. I don't know if your type is cheaters, but mine isn't. So no, he wasn't my type at first off of those two things. But that didn't discredit the fact that I was attracted to him. That's obviously why I gave him a chance.
Well, the reason why I left him for my inbox, well, you know, he's younger than me and he cheated. You see, now you threw that man on the bus. We didn't need to know that. We did not need to know that. Why you put that man business in the street? Are you perfect? Look, I don't like the part of oversharing in a relationship because it was unnecessary. And now it makes me, it's none of my business, but it paints you in a bad light. Oh, he wasn't your type, but now he is my type. Well, it seems like your type might be George Washington, Ben Franklin, Ulysses S. Grant. It might be some of those types. You know what I'm saying?
Like, yo, you ain't gonna do nothing unless your girl tell you where to go. You don't even hang out with the homies. He's saying Travis Hunter is more secretive now. He don't be telling them what he's doing, what he's up to. So Shedeur Sanders, it seems like to me, honestly, he's saying it jokingly because they're on a podcast talking about it. There could be some concern here. And who knows, man, maybe Shedeur Sanders is trying to let him know, like, bro, your girl control everything. Why is she forcing you to get married in Tennessee when you can do this at Pop's crib for free? And Travis Hunter's like, it's too late. She paid for everything, which means she used his money, obviously. So it's just like, yo, this is just crazy how Travis Hunter is allowing his girl to control all his finances, to control every move he makes, make him sit outside for parties for hours. Man, she got that boy hooked, man. So y'all get in the comment section down below. I would love to hear your thoughts about today's video. Don't forget to hit that like button if you make this far in the video, and don't forget to hit that subscribe button on your way.
Y'all definitely support these guys and their viewpoints, but going back to it. I'm just laying out the facts, bro, because I know you weren't really privy to the situation. The more you hear, you're telling me you still holding true to your point of view?
I gotta hold true to my point of view, bro. Not my pig, not my phone.
I'm with you now. Here's the thing. I'm not one of these guys who, you know what I'm saying, who wants to weigh in on people's life. And I to be totally honest, I'm not big on people just kind of, chiming into this guy's life like that. There's truth to that. I'm with you on that. I am not, a chatty patty in a sense that I'm gossiping about the next man's relationship. I'm with you on that. So I was actually really hesitant to even do the podcast on this particular topic, but I think it does create some areas of conversation because I have a son, you know what I mean? And sometimes people are pure in their heart and they just don't know any better. And there are some people who's lived life and who's experienced things. Deion Sanders being one of them, who has gone through it. Now he's taken him under his wing. He's mentored the kid. He's positioned him to get the biggest bag he could possibly get. And there are people that love you that's not going to make a decision for you, but that's going to at least give you their testimony, their life experience as a means of giving you some sort of reference point so that you can make an informed decision. To me, to frame this conversation as people are trying to tell him how to live his life, I don't agree with. I actually think he's getting sound counsel. No one is telling him, don't get married. No one is telling him, don't choose this young lady if this is who you want to be with. People are telling you to tread softly. Take your time. Make sure the motives for why this person is marrying you are what they say they are. Don't just assume that just because she's been there after she reemerged, after she told you she wasn't interested, then her brother comes out and informs you about who he is and what his potential is, all of a sudden you're interested. When your relationship with the SoundCloud rapper didn't work out and you got tattoos of that man all over your body and things, you know what I'm saying? Now all of a sudden you got eyes for this dude. And even in having eyes for this dude, the way you're presenting him to the public doesn't necessarily show that you're respecting him, because people are using her own words to roast her. Now, again, none of our business. It's their life. And really, I look up to Dion. I think he's a great mentor. I don't want to talk negatively about his protege or a young man with a bright future. This is not what my take is, but I do believe that there is some wisdom in getting good counsel from people who's been there and done that. A lot of Travis's feedback is coming from men, successful men who's been there and done that. These are dudes who are athletes. Shannon Sharp, athlete. Des Bryant weighed in, athlete. You know what I'm saying? Deion Sanders, athlete. His son is trying to nudge him like, you don't want to do it at the house. Like you don't want to get you don't want to slow it down. Like you already got a date. Like he's telling them, bro, like, look, I'm not telling you what to do with your life. I'm happy for you. I'm happy you happy. But at some point in this equation, you got to get to a place where you want more for yourself. You got to get to a place where you can make an informed decision. And my man's not there.
I agree. He's not there, right? One sentiment that I will go ahead and step out on a ledge on is saying, yo, listen, wait till you get drafted and you'll see the available pool of what's available out there for you in that aspect. However, I don't know, and this is why 95 to 99% of me wants to refrain, is because I don't know what that man prays about in the booth in the back in the dark to the creator. You know what I'm saying? I don't know whether or not that's what he has, for all intents and purposes, prayed to manifest inside of his life, right? And the only person that realistically has to, you know what I'm saying, deal with that is him and him individually. I'm not going to judge a man, you know what I'm saying, if it goes left, especially since we've seen this story. Like the prayer is always, yo, listen, man, peace be upon you. You know what I'm saying? If he has peace with the situation, then it is what it is. Does it look crazy on the outside to all of us? Yeah, no, but no different than, I mean, you go ahead and start diving into some of our individual things going on, and it can look crazy to the outside, which is why it's just like,
I'm not challenging that. All I'm saying, I haven't heard anybody say dump her, get rid of her.
And I think that's unwise. That's the lack of wise counsel too.
That's what I'm saying. I've heard everybody say, slow down, bro. Give yourself a second. Give yourself a second. Or move accordingly. Take the proper precautions. To me, I understand totally where Travis is coming from. Hey, when we was grinding it out, you was by my side. You was there with me. Yes, we may have started off, a little rocky, and you had to fill me out and all that. And he gets her. She gets him. She loves him. You know what I mean? He's what he's known for the last 5 years. You know what I mean? They got a thing that works for them. I encourage him to continue to grow that relationship. Absolutely. I'm not going to tell him, other people should define who this person is to you. That's not what I'm saying. But I do think there's some wisdom because sometimes you don't know people's real motives. And sometimes being patient and allowing God to lead you and allowing God to say, okay, you've seen this person in this setting, but you haven't seen them in this setting. And there's things like she's getting a little spotlight and she's already in the next athlete's DMs with hard eyes and I would eat you alive and talking like that while she's engaged to you and setting up the wedding and using your money to pay it. So she's longing to mess around with other men who she finds attractive, according to how things have been presented. That's what Bow Wow said. She's in this dude's DMs in his comments talking about she would eat him alive. Come on, bro. To me, these are all self-inflicted wounds from her.
Agreed.
You feel what I'm saying?
Agreed. That I can agree.
She played her position, fell back, stayed quiet, stayed in the background, wasn't in people's DMs, was relaxed. Because the bigger conversation is, do you know sometimes we can get with women or you can get with a partner that secretly don't like the spotlight you got? When Travis Hunter was a nobody, it was cool because they were on the same level. Now Travis Hunter is a somebody. He's a Heisman Award-winning player. He's going to places in life. You know what I'm saying? He's doing his thing. He's winning. And she's starting to feel small. So what is she doing? She's going online and airing out his dirty laundry to kind of level him up a little bit, to take more credit. If you see him signing the deals, she's in the commercials more than his mother is. Why do you deserve to be in a commercial more than you were there in the journey, but you didn't make him. And everybody could see it, because if it doesn't work out, she could say, I was there from the beginning and be entitled to half of everything he got. So I don't think it's wrong for somebody to say, look, man, I love you. We want to see you happy, but allow yourself to go through a season where you can observe things first before you jump to making this decision. Why are you rushing into getting married to a person you already been living with as if you were married to her anyway? Why do you have to get married in this place as opposed to that place? Why can't you rethink where you hold the wedding?
It's already paid for. Nah, I could get my deposit back. I could dispute that charge.
Keep the deposit.
That was fraud. Nah, I need my money back too.
I'm donating the deposit to you.
Like, you know what? Give this to some other family that want to go ahead and start out their beginnings, man.
What are we talking
Travis
about?
Hunter Foundation. We're gonna turn a negative to a positive. It's still a tax write-off, ma'am.
And she telling him what he can and can't do. Don't talk to somebody. Don't touch a woman. Don't say this. Don't do that. He's got all these rules he's got to follow. Or she's drilling him and conditioning him. Now, mind you, this goes back to a conversation we had earlier. She's older than him. So in a way, she's grooming him.
Hold on. We not going to skip that, bro. She was drilling him is wild, bro. Pause.
Right.
Pause. Yeah. No, what I'm saying is she's prepping him. She's grooming him to think a certain way. It's almost like them RICO charges they hit niggas with. Yo, Diddy was outside telling this girl to do X, Y, Z. He was grooming her. So you're going to hit him with a RICO because he was essentially prepping her to be a certain way. Is she going to get a RICO for prepping this dude to think a certain way? Telling him what he can't say and can't say and all these different things. I'm being facetious, but I'm just saying it's like
it's a comparison.
Can and can't do. She's telling him, you know what I'm saying? And to me, what I see in this dude is not just only a talented young man, but he's a pure heart. Like the dude's got a pure heart. He wants to do good for others. And I don't think he has a lot of experience in relationship. I think he's in some ways a little bit naive about people's intentions. I don't think he sees it as a potential risk. as a potential things not going right. I've been there in my life before.
We've all been there, right? And if we focus on that lens for a second, right? You can go ahead and see, hey, listen, if his intent is, man, I want to have a family, build and grow with all of the success that I have to set my family up, then that would be the associated risk that he's experiencing now. It's worth it for the end game that he's trying to accomplish.
Yeah.
Right? I don't care if you get half my stuff. You got half my stuff anyway being married. You got it anyway, regardless, which is what, like, his end game is, I just want some babies and do it the right way. Right? Yeah. I think that's, when you really think about it, what's the end game for him? Even with the embarrassment. Yeah, I don't give a fuck. I'm getting 2 to 3, 4 babies out of this. And he did it the right way. Either way, my wife or my child's mother is going to get half. Because think about it. If it was a baby mom's and he had 5 kids, child support is going to be raping him anyway. If he get married, you know what I'm saying? 50% is still being, there's no win. So technically, this really is a calculated risk that he's just like, yo, listen, let me just set her up so at least I can at least coordinate me getting access to my babies.
Bro, there's really no win for him here. There's no upside.
I mean, there is. It's option 3, which everybody is saying inadvertently, yo, slow down so you could dip out.
The one thing I would say about this is she makes him happy. So, like, I think if she wasn't in his life in some ways, that might make him depressed. That might affect how he plays. You don't necessarily know some of the other impacts. Now, he was already playing great without her being in his life. So maybe that argument doesn't stand much because it didn't take her to make him play great. He'd been playing great. He'd been great. He's been athletic. He's been skilled. Right. So it's not, she can't take credit for who he is.
What's the question that everybody is dancing around? Is that his first bad bitch? Allegedly.
Yes, that's what it is. So like, that's what people are saying.
Because we all crashed out over our first 9.5, 10.
That's like, what the internet is saying. They think because he's not necessarily.
What was the girlfriend he cheated on look like? Is that out there? I would love to see that to get a comparison, because then that'll give you all the information you need to know. Like, yo, this is my first bad bitch. I'm trying to lock this down. Like, yo, listen, man, I'm gonna say it just like this. I might be ugly, but if I get a bad bitch, my kids is beautiful. Yo, I'm going for it. Do you know what I'm saying? Like,
but she's really not that bad. I mean, she's bad to him.
Beauty is in the eye of the beholder. Beauty is in the eye of the beholder. Somebody else's 5.5 is somebody else's 14 on a scale, especially if you never had.
Bad. Low key, I feel like she's rushing him because she knows the moment
he get right,
and
the moment he get
coming in, and he's
to
like,
the combine, to the first week combine, they waiting outside. Yo, you're gonna see the females like you see at McDonald's, Starbucks, Walgreens, CVS on the corner. They waiting for you. And if you got a Chick-fil-A nearby, they're gonna be out there on Sundays when Chick-fil-A is closed too. So yeah, you gotta go ahead and rush it.
Y'all do know reportedly she's pregnant, right? You do know reportedly she's pregnant.
Oh my God, I didn't know that, bro. You just broke that. I have no idea.
See, it's his first bad bitch. That's my story, and I'm sticking to it. It's his first bad bitch.
Yeah.
I would have rushed to lock it down too.
Reportedly, he shot up the club. So, you know what I'm saying? Why. Like, she's not a dummy, man. Like, she did exactly what. I mean, if you got kids, you understand what happened when you in the midst of you having those kids before. You had one of those nights where your woman was in your ear talking about, I want your babies, you know, like nothing can keep us away from each other. We are this, like we can do this together. And then she groomed you outside of that when you were having dinner outside, like you took her out to eat and y'all haven't talked about babies and how you raise kids and so on and so forth. And you don't even know in the end, she's really running a trick bag on you. She's really putting you through the bender. She's mind fucking you, but she's doing it subtly. And you don't take on to it, because if she's aggressive about it, like, oh, I want to have kids, why don't you want to have kids? Then you're going to be like, yo, back up. What's going on? Right? But she's talking to you about it subtly, like, oh, she's making it cute and shit. And you think in your mind, dumbass man mind of yours, you're thinking, she's so, yeah, I'm the shit. She want my babies. Yeah, I'm that dude. I'm totally that. You know what I'm saying? But in the end, she's the smarter one. While you up here brushing your ego. So that's probably what happened with him. And he went and he dogged her out in the bed that night and shot up the club. And now, hey, it's a
married in
wrap.
Tennessee, nigga.
Listen, that girl ain't stupid, man. And then she went out. Like, look at the last interview she did, man. She went and dolled herself up. She went and got right. She wasn't looking like that when they were doing their little like
Cute
what do you
stuff
call
in the
it?
house.
Mukbangs. They're mukbangs. They're meal episodes. Like, she ain't looking nothing like that. And then she started to get that public, you know, persona thing going on. She started to see herself on TV and was like, yo, I can't be looking wild out here. And somebody pepped her up. And now she's looking like a whole different type of girl. You know what I'm saying? Like, look, at the end of the day, let's just be honest here. I mean, we can say this, right? As gentlemen who, you know, can procure a certain type of woman, I don't have a problem. I don't have a problem getting a baddie. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's not an issue for me.
Yup.
Look at Travis. Look at Travis. Let's be honest. We all grew up together. You know how we are, like, as black men. Like, we grew up as little black kids. Like, we joke. We make fun. If a motherfucker looks weird, we're gonna be like, yo, you look crazy, bro.
Yo, it's just
Like,
the haircut. It's
you know,
It's the hairstyle. It's the
bruh,
hairstyle.
it's the hairstyle. It's the whole. It's the teeth. The teeth, the wide mouth, like everything. Come on, man. Let's be honest. We make jokes. You know what I'm saying? So, like, you think a girl, like, let's be honest, man. Look. I don't want to say, like, I'm just calling a spade, man. This has nothing to do with race. Obviously, we the same race. This is
real quick. He looked like a spade.
This is,
that's what you said,
bruh. The man. I mean, come on, brother.
Honestly, I wasn't even taking the conversation there. But the point he's making, and a lot of people has made this point, is when a woman thinks you're attractive, you don't have to do that much for her. She's willing to do a lot for you. You feel what I'm saying? When you are unattractive to a woman, you got to be paid. You got to be able to put her up. You got to impress her in other ways because she's not naturally attracted to you. You feel what I'm saying? So the reason she wasn't his type or he wasn't her type initially is because he's not aesthetically attractive initially, right?
He's not attractive.
And then the brother hipped him to the game. Bro, this is the perfect segue into this next little clip here. Now, again, I don't know if this would ever get to a point where Travis and other people might see it, but I'm not taking a position. I'm not here to determine who's ugly, who's not ugly. I don't gotta sleep with the nigga. It's not my type of vibe, right? So I don't really care what the nigga look like. To me, he's a talented athlete. If she's rocking with him, she's rocking with him. But a lot of people say that that's an element in it. It's that there is something lacking on her part.
But
it's requiring more than.
But can we just be quite frank here with the audience and just throw it out there? The reality of it is that when a woman says she wasn't initially attracted to you, that means that you had some money or you had something cooking that she said, all right, I can let go of the fact that you're not attractive and I'll be with you because you can put me in places or you can put me in position, right? He had motion. He had motion, right? Because the reality is that that's how women work. You will see women all the time with men who are unattractive, who are fat and not in shape, all this extra shit, and they will be with that man. But you will never find a man with a woman who is out of shape, looking crazy, like with a bunch of money, because our ego, we not doing that. We're gonna be like, yo, babe, I know she got a lot of money, but I can't fuck this bitch. I can't even look at her. Like it's gonna fuck with us so much that we're not gonna do it. We're just gonna be like, I'm out. Like I know she got the bag, but I'm out. I can't do it, bro.
God, bro, you got up right now.
No, it's facts though, right? Like it's stereotypical, but it's the reality of it, man. And that's what people don't want to really talk about, because at the end of the day, when that woman said, oh, he's a cheater, or he hit me up, and I don't deal with cheaters, and so I waited until he wasn't with her. Excuse me, you just dimed yourself out. You said that he was a cheater, but you decided to just be with him anyway just because he left his girl. He's still a cheater though. So what are you talking about with this? I don't deal with cheaters. You just dimed yourself out. You just said basically
jonesing like crazy.
Come on.
He was jonesing.
That's an oxymoron.
But that's why I was like the whole time Isaiah over here taking up for Shorty. I'm like, Isaiah, you don't
wait. I'm not wait. You're not gonna do your audience like that and put smut on my name. I wasn't taking up for Shorty. Bro. You know what I'm saying? I'm saying in the interest of not knowing all of the things that are going down behind the scenes, I would rather take the approach of not my pig, not my farm. My personal thoughts are my own, and I will never denigrate a black man in public. Behind closed doors, I'm gonna talk my shit.
I'm with you. That's what I'm saying.
But even with saying that, right? Again, I don't know Travis's motives. Because again, I don't know if self-esteem, there's no information about his previous ex-girlfriend. I don't know if this is his first real bad bitch. I don't know. Like, there's a lot of things that I don't know that from the outside looking in off of the information that's presented just looks crazy, right?
I understand that point. What I'm simply saying is to Travis, I actually feel like I'm actually sympathetic to Travis. Like, I'm not taking a position on this nigga's just, he wasn't an attractive man. I really don't care about that stuff. Rennick was with the Rennick went all the way there. That shit was funny as hell.
But it is what it is.
Really, truly, I don't really care about that. What I do think, though, is I think, sometimes there's dudes that are like pure-hearted people. You know what I'm saying? They mean well. Like, and there's some dudes who are naive and they're not sure. Like, to me, I see this dude like he just wants to do right. He wants to please everybody. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like low-key, Shorty's kind of sharking him. She's the predator in the water. Like, you don't even see that.
Come on, bro.
Let me ask a question for this group then, right? Let's say that's the case, right? I don't want to say let's play blank advocate. Let's just say probability, a possibility that that's the case, 100%, right? Y'all just blew up the goddamn spot for her, like she not gonna go ahead and entrench deeper to get to the end result she was trying to get to in the first place.
Nah, we ain't blow up the spot. We're just saying what's obvious.
Technically, you did, because now she could change her ways real quick. Now she could deactivate her profile. She could not post nothing.
Look, let's beat the game. How do you change your ways, bro? Like, you're already in. You don't be more discreet. First off, one of y'all mentioned that, essentially she glowed up a little bit from her initial appearance up until now. So she at least got a stylist in her corner. You don't think her brother in her ear like, you slipping, you bringing the brand down? Right into the next
what I'm saying? All right, yeah, Negro, let me tell you something. Guess what? First impression is the last impression. All right, we don't need no motherfucking markups. Straight up and down. First impression is the last impression. Straight up and down. Like, you can change it up all you want, bitch. That shit is on record. I'm sorry. That shit's on record. Switch it up all you want. Nah. You cannot pull that with me.
That's true. I gotta agree. Because all you gotta do is play that back. You wasn't initially my type.
Straight up. Damn. You can try and sweetheart me all you want. Sweetheart my motherfucking ass.
I gave you 5 babies. Initially, you wasn't my type. Now you gotta sit there with the ass face. Like, really? You gonna bring that back up? Like,
look, if I was him, if he truly indeed put the baby in that girl, I'm not gonna call it out. I'm gonna leave it out. If he indeed put a baby in her, he better just take the L, keep paying her child support, and call it a day. Because if he signed that marital contract, he is a dead man in the streets. Straight up.
You told her to take the child support? Just take the child support.
Take the damn child support.
Take the charge.
All day.
You're gonna have to sit.
Yeah, I'm not giving you a dime of my money, and I'm definitely not trying to do no alimony on you, and you just put me in a trick bag. Nah.
Because the child support is gonna be based off his income. You know what I'm saying? And
I'd rather feel like I gotta pay for my kids with a percentage of my income than to be like I gotta pay her just because she existed in my space.
But it's gonna be based off of that initial contract, and that there's no guarantee after.
No, they don't have a no. But what I'm saying is they don't have a contract if they don't get married.
No, I'm talking about his NFL contract.
What I'm telling you is yes, he doesn't have it yet. It's based on
NIL deal. All he has is that
no,
correct
but
NIL
but
deal.
but what I'm saying to you is every child support is based on when he impregnated her. Okay, so if that baby's born in blah blah blah, it's gonna be within that year, within that 9 month period of when that baby was born up until 9 months before that. That's how it works.
Damn, you sound like you got put on from the moment you let off, bro. Like that's new information to me.
Yo, I already went through
He was like, Bob, you in the arrears real quick. Like,
bro, I went through this, man. You could tell I had some history here.
Yeah, it's a fact though. What he's saying is 100% correct. I mean, that is a way to look at it. Like, yo, if she is pregnant, just take that loss instead of taking the loss of the child support and half of the other stuff, because low-key she played it. But no, this is the perfect time to segue into this skit where somebody actually lays out who's masterminding the whole plan, bro. Let's see. Let's check this part out.
Love story, bro. It's crazy. It's kind of funny because now her brother is like my best friend.
Yeah, I see y'all rocking a lot together.
He's here in the house, but he's at work right now. But like, he seen her phone one day. He went to her phone one day, and I texted her on Instagram, and he seen that text. He's like, "You don't know who this is?" So he was like, "You don't know who this is, bro?"
He's a real wingman.
She was. Hey, he was a good wingman.
You wait, you LeBron.
She was like, "Well, I don't care who that is." But she seen my text message a long time ago. She just ignored me.
Yeah, she's ignoring you.
She left you on red, gang?
Ignore you.
Wow. And that's what I was.
Everybody's saying something without saying something.
I don't care about it. And like, she still don't even know why she talked to me.
It wasn't a dream. It really happened.
Now, this Liana Lene situation has been getting more stickier by the day. We remember what popped this whole thing off. It was her hopping on the field, giving Travis that, I'm not trying to be kissed by you, right? Which led people to dig into her past. Soon after that, my boy House of Hypocrites broke that video that I felt should have did way more numbers. But he initially dug up the fact that she said she wasn't his type. She said that on camera. Why would you say that on camera? Okay, cool. From there, it was just a snowball effect. The Adidas commercial, the video with Naughty Slim, the Married to the Money tattoo on her finger, the videos of her being in the club. Everything led up to this point. But what if I told you this wasn't even Liana Lene's doing? What if I told you she wasn't behind the manipulative tactics that are taking place? Would you believe it? Hey man, it's the Failed Athlete, but that don't mean you got to fail in life. Make sure y'all like the video, comment, subscribe to the channel. I appreciate all the support y'all been giving me, but we gonna dig in right quick. Now, from the very beginning, if you've been paying attention, there's been one guy lurking in the background. He seems to be everywhere Liana Lene is. He seems to be everywhere Travis Hunter is. Who is this guy, you might ask? Well, this is Caden Cinnabon, aka Caden Cinnabon, and I want to get into it. Throughout this video, I'm going to break down who exactly I think he is and why he's so around and connected with Liana and Travis Hunter. Now, me, Coach KD, I personally believe this thing from the very beginning, from the very start, the very jump, was a play on Travis Hunter. He's been getting preyed on from literally day one. Now, you saw the cut in that video. You saw the beginning of the video. What was stated? Well, it came out of his own mouth that the brother himself took her phone, reached out to him, looked at the DM, saw that she left this man on red and said, well, hey, you need to reach out to this dude. Do you know who the hell he is? Bada bing, bada boom. Now, as men, big brothers, little brothers, when you get of age, you know exactly how your sister is. You've come up with her entire life. This man, Caden, he knows about the depression. This man, Caden, he knows about everything this young woman has been through, leaving the house at 16 years old, off on her own doing Lord knows what. He knows the attitude. He knows how she can get. Who better than to know his sister better than Lil Bro, right? Lil Bro gonna know if you out ripping and running them streets. He gonna know if you out busting plays. He knows you ins and out. He knows how your manipulative tactics work. He's been around him. You've used them on him. You know, he's been there. So we can't discredit his knowledge for his sister. But to know Caden Cinnabon or Cinnabad, whatever you want to call him, we got to look at the history of this NIL shit. The NIL started in 2019 when California awarded college players to be able to use their name, image, and likeness and be able to profit off of it, right? Shout out to Ed O'Bannon. Shout out to the O'Bannon brothers who initially sparked this whole thing and said, hey, man, listen, if we're going to be on this game, you best believe I need to be getting paid for it. Ain't no way you selling millions of copies of this game and I'm not seeing no type of cut. It was Ed O'Bannon who popped this whole thing off and got some NCAA players a little couple stacks. Shout out to Ed O'Bannon for that. I remember that like it was yesterday. Coach KD, I actually made the last game, the last NCAA football before they canceled it. They initially brought it back, but I was a part of that last game. We actually got compensated for that later on down the line. Travis Hunter entered Jackson State 2022. Travis Hunter was the number one player in high school, right? A clear-cut path to the league if he could stay focused. That's what the number one player in the nation is projected to do. Even if you don't have a monster standout college season, you being that number one player, you're still going to get an opportunity, a big time opportunity at that next level, because these projections are made from the very beginning, right? And so a lot of these scouts, a lot of these people who are making all of these predictions, they don't want to be wrong. They don't want to be wrong. They're going to push you through and give you that opportunity. Not saying Travis Hunter was pushed through. He made the best out of that number one slot. But you got to understand how this stuff works. Now, Caden being a football fan, Caden knowing all about high school sports, Caden knowing about how crucial it was to be the number one player. He took that phone and he said, do you know who this is? My thing is that when the plan was devised? Is that when they came together as a family and said, hey, we're going to make this a family thing, a family business. Sis, I know how you are, but that's okay. I'm going to be there to guide you. We're going to work this mission together as a team, as a family. This is family business. Right then and there, a plan was contrived. If you've looked at Liana Lene's mother, she looks like the type that would clear